A robot, a robot. Well, what is it?
This is a local delivery robot. This is a robot that is delivering your parcels to your doorstep in the suburbs. And it's doing that on the sidewalk.
Ahti, welcome to the program. You are co-founder of Skype and now of Starship Enterprises. And this is your first product?
This is the first product of Starship Technologies.
Oh, Technologies, I'm sorry. This is not autonomous right now.
Well, right now in this studio it is being remote controlled, but the idea with these robots is that they drive autonomously on the sidewalk. Self-driving car technology is being developed, but those things are technically actually a lot simpler than self-driving car. The technology to achieve autonomous driving on a sidewalk is much simpler than on the road.
Okay, and what is the technical challenge building this thing?
There's no challenge actually, because all of the pieces that is needed to build robots like this already exist. We are not inventing majorly new technology, but we are combining existing pieces, existing technologies in innovative ways.
As did Apple with the iPhone.
Obviously, yes. I'm sure there was also at least some invention needed in the iPhone, and sure there are some little inventions here as well, and we are applying for patents, of course, as well. There's a lot to patent in technology in there, but fundamentally it is not the breakthrough of a century or something like that.
I don't mean the iPhone, the iPod was more or less an assembly of already existing technologies. So everybody is talking about drones and Amazon delivering stuff with drones. Is it either or, drones or rolling robots? Or
both could be used.
Yeah.
Certainly both could be used. I imagine 100 years ago, people were maybe also debating whether the railway or the shipping industry or the aircraft will win in logistics, and in reality all of them are used. And I'm sure this is the same situation that will happen in the robotic delivery space, that it's both drones and land-based robots that are practical in different situations.
And what's the range of this thing, of the robot?
So it can actually drive quite far because it doesn't use up a lot of power at all. But the practical range of it is a few kilometers, because this is meant for the delivery within one suburb. It's not designed to deliver something on the other end of the city.
Can it go stairs?
It cannot climb stairs, and it's not entering buildings. So it stays on the sidewalk, and you get a notification on your smartphone, and then you come out and then take your parcel out of the robot. But it can climb curbs, so between the road and the sidewalk, because sometimes a robot like this needs to cross roads, and to do that, in many cities, of course, there are wheelchair-friendly places to cross the road, but not in all of the places. Therefore, this robot also has capability to climb curbstones, to climb up or down to the road and then up on the other side.
How does it recognize its environment? What kind of sensors does it use?
So it has 9 cameras, and we are doing a lot of visual processing in a computer inside to understand where we are and understand all the objects that are around the robot, like pedestrians and bicycles and the cars and everything.
Okay, no ultrasound, no LiDAR, laser?
We are using ultrasound as well, but LiDARs, we will probably use LiDARs when they become low cost, because those robots need to be low cost. They are out in the street. If they're expensive, they could be. If they're really expensive, they could be even stolen. But a low cost is the way to build those robots.
And low cost in this case means how much?
So the actual cost of the manufacturing of the robot really depends on really many factors. But what is really important in terms of the price point is the cost per delivery. And we want to get this below €1 per delivery. And right now, in residential neighborhoods, using human couriers, it's more like €5 or in that ballpark.
Okay, but the thing is, if it's too expensive, it gets stolen. What do you do to prevent it from getting stolen?
Oh, it's actually not so easy to steal this. It's a relatively lightweight device, but still it's heavy.
How heavy
enough.
is it?
It's about 15 kilos.
Okay.
So it is still
15, 15.
1.5, yes. So it is still relatively hard to grab it and run with it.
But you can load it in your car and go drive away. So
Well, yes, theoretically you could. Of course, things are being stolen, and also parcels are being stolen from delivery vans today.
Yeah.
Parcels today do not have 9 cameras and GPS and everything. I certainly expect that these devices will help to reduce theft in the parcel industry.
And how freely can it navigate in the traffic and in the environment? Can it cross streets on its own? Does it recognize traffic lights?
It can cross streets, but we actually do not intend this device to be 100% autonomously driven. We are also building an army of operators, human robot drivers, who can take control of the robot in difficult situations. And this dramatically helps to increase the safety of the robot, because it is not the autonomous driving system that has to take all of the decisions. In any more complicated situation, the computer can decide that now is the time for a human operator to help, and the robot just stops on the sidewalk and asks the human operator to take over control.
And he can do it remotely and observe the situation via the camera
Yes.
that is built in.
Yes.
Okay.
So the robot has 9 cameras, and the operator has access to those cameras. Of course, for privacy reasons, we are not storing those video feeds, but the operators have access to the video feeds, so they can see and drive the robot.
And who's the target group? Magazines like stores. Who?
Everybody who needs delivery in the local neighborhood. So I certainly imagine that all of the usual suspects in the delivery industry, the big delivery firms, plus local supermarkets, local bakeries, that everybody would use a service like this, because imagine if you could deliver anything in a suburban neighborhood in 15 minutes for €1. That really changes what people pay for transport. Typically, right now they're paying much more.
How fast can it go?
It's pedestrian speed, so 6 kilometers per hour.
Okay. And how much is it to buy it?
We are actually not selling individual robots to individual consumers, and the business arrangements with delivery companies. That's a matter of negotiation between the cost of the robot and the scale and the price per delivery that we'll be charging.
Okay. And is it already deployed?
So we are driving it around in some places for testing right now. And we are starting commercial trials sometime this year, most likely in the UK and in the US.
And why not Germany? They're all afraid of the cameras.
Well, no, not really. That is not so much of a problem. In Germany, robots like this are legally not allowed in the sidewalks.
Okay.
So people obviously have nothing against it, but the laws are written in such a way as to not have the robots in mind. And I'm sure over time regulators will change the laws, because robots like this bring benefits for everybody. They cut pollution, they cut down the number of cars on the road, because about 1/3 of all car trips that people do is for shopping. And if they have an almost free way to deliver goods to their home, they wouldn't take out their car. The robots like this also help reduce the CO2 emissions, because of the same reason. So there's a lot of good for society from these robots. So I fully expect that the laws will be changed over
time. And we need robot lanes, of course.
Sorry?
Robot lanes on the street?
Those are probably not necessary, because those robots behave well on the sidewalk. And even if all deliveries in the world are done with robots like this, then it is not that the sidewalks would be full of those robots. It's more or less that there are as many robots as there are currently pedestrians on the road.
And shopping delivery is one use case. Do you have other use cases in mind for the future? Like, well, we focus right now on delivery, but there are some other ideas.
There could be other things as well. Maybe even street cleaning, and local security, like neighborhood watch type of thing. There could be garbage collection. There could be things like that. But for now, we are concentrating on parcel delivery.
Search and rescue, lost dogs, lost cats.
Theoretically, yes. A
Maybe.
cat could fit in here.
We haven't opened it yet, right? But you just open it and that's it, right?
Yes.
Is it refrigerated? Is it cooled?
Not right now, but we are planning to add that functionality.
Okay, Ahti. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What's the name of it?
The robot has no name yet, but
No name?
No name yet. The company has a name, Starship Technologies.
Yeah, okay, okay,
But the robot
okay.
doesn't have a name.
You could do you could do a contest or something.
Oh
naming
yes,
the
we have
kid.
certainly thought about it. If you can suggest a good name, then
Okay, I think about it.
think about it.
Okay,
Yes.
Ahti. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. This is Philipp Banse from DLD 2016 for DCTP.tv. Thank you very much for watching. All the videos you can find at youtube.com/DCTP or at DCTP.tv. Goodbye.